Peace, love, respect, and loyalty to uplifting the human species. Because common sense ain't common. Now, through the process of meditation or the acceptance, so we have knowledge of a scientific truth. Everything is in motion. Everything in motion creates a frequency. That means there's a cosmic frequency and there's a natural frequency, which are proportionate to one another, though different. Through consciousness, you should become aware of your frequency. Now, this next statement may offend people, because I'm going to tell you that most of the people watching right now, because if I sent you the email and asked you to watch, and we have not had these type of conversations in person, you don't know yourself. Well, why do you say that, priest? I can see your conscious energy. I can see your life force energy. I can feel your life force energy. I can see your light and whether or not you're connected to it. And let me be clear, I am not the only one, because I have had conversations like this with other people who was like, and they wasn't like, because it was doo-doo-doo out there. Nah, they was like, I ain't never heard nobody else say that I had the same experience, or very similar. They're so similar, yet tweaked a little different. Like our fingerprints, like our prints, that you know we've been to the same place. We haven't had this conversation. This ain't familiar to you in no shape, form, or fashion. You're not evolving. If you are 33 or older and have not felt any of what I'm discussing, the chances of you evolving are very slim, because you're going to have to unlearn everything that you have learned. Now, all of us have in some time or form experienced what I'm discussing. Like feeling a person's consciousness. You ever talking to someone and you have that gut feeling, you can feel that they understand you? That in the science, let's deal with the science, it's called quantum locking. Like for every idea, it'll lock to it's not a counter idea, it's basically the same idea, but this is how this idea is manifested in time-space reality. Because this is the creation, put my hands, this is the creation of the box. 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. We can relate that to the body. If you had that happen, you were actually feeling another's consciousness. You may be of the person who, like I do, I feel that, but I also will see a light, like a flame, flash inside your eye. Many artists and performers who've been on stage, and you can feel the energy of the audience. You're quantum locking. So this is a scientific reality. And then also, the more in tune you become familiar with natural cosmic frequencies. See, something that's not thought about, and step back and go forward in a second here, is that the Fibonacci sequence which is a spatial relationship between all things growing on the planet, was discovered before modern technology could perceive it. It's like the Dogons of today. They do their planting according to the cycles of the Sirius star system, which cannot be seen with the human eye, but it can be seen with light consciousness, because they are exploring conscious technologies. So the Fibonacci sequence can be perceived, seen, but not with these eyes of the conscious eye. But then at the same time, if you're able to look inside and outside at the same time, you can see it with these eyes also. This is why I have challenged people to create sacred geometry. I've challenged people to, I showed them some sacred geometry I've drawn. It trains your eyes. And you don't have to like draw any particular picture, even though there is one picture I would suggest you figure out how to draw. Don't nobody tell you, don't read about how to do it. Figure out how to draw it. It's a flower of life. But your eyes will be able to perceive the Fibonacci sequence in nature. Now, this is another thing I want to make clear. Because many times, people perceive my actions confident, you think you know it all, you're trying to boast yourself, and so on and so forth. I have met people far, far superior in their consciousness than mine. Now, people who, well, I don't know everybody, don't know everything. So far, the ratio of those familiar with this conscious technology and those not seems to be more in the not than in the yes. Most people associate because they relate to technology, they relate to their body, they relate to their emotions, they relate to things of the lower nature, of the nature of the body, but not even the body's consciousness. Why do I say that? Because of poor health practices. Because then you haven't developed a relationship with your conscience and the body's conscience to respect it. I have met people who can read minds. Met people who, and I could bring these people on my page one time, who we together, through the directions of a superior conscious technology masters, levitated another person. This is why I like a lot of people who are successful in this world do not impress me at all. Search your consciousness. Learn through experience why you believe what you believe. If through consciousness you cannot recreate an experience, not you create it, discover is the more of the word. Remember. And when I say remember, not as much as remember the mind, remember the consciousness, for this mind's illusion, it's remember, as in to put the members back together. Who and what you are and why you were here. Back to the main point. You discovered your frequency. You realize natural frequency, the frequency of natural phenomena. You can see the ratio of natural phenomena. And then when I say to you, they change the frequency of music. And if you don't think that's relevant, you don't know yourself. Here's one thing. This is a war between lack of self-knowledge and self-knowledge. If you will, that's God and the devil. If one does not know thyself, you have no idea of the techniques that your enemy uses to keep you from knowing yourself. So therefore, practices of man, like the changing of the frequency in music from 432 to 440, the A measure, will have no significance to your conscious awareness, even though your subconscious is fully aware. Your body's conscious is fully aware. And the other 6 forms of consciousness that you were created of, and there's more than that, are completely aware, but you were not. You think for the most part you can do anything. You have not marshaled yourself according to cosmic and natural law. You won't know what they are and why that these laws are not to be bent nor broken. This is the relationship. See, what we're talking about is relationship building between your consciousness and your body's consciousness, and then the higher consciousnesses of yourself. It's all about know thyself. So if you don't understand, you think you can eat whatever you want to eat. Or, matter of fact, you think you can eat healthy and go to, not trying to throw this chain under the bus, but it's any grocery store chain. Go to Whole Foods, buy all organic food, and you think you're eating right. Whereas if you have changed your frequency, changed your diet, changed your thinking, changed your practices and your associations as to what it is you think you are, you can make this statement. I've been to many stores, all different chains, and have very rarely found any food there. The Morning Star, Louis Cypher, Lucifer. Because see, actually when you get to talking about this, you're talking about energetic beings. That's the sun. Also the place that you call hell. The place that your spirit, energy, metaphysical energy will pass through to burn off your contraband concepts. Because see, we are blind because of light. The first calendar was a lunar calendar, meaning we were observing the moon, which means we were up all night. Why were we up all night? Well, we were a agricultural and cattle, herding people. The majority of your predators are out at night. In that dark, you have to be able to sense, feel what is around you. So you had to look inward. And then we moved to the light. And because of the light, we are so preoccupied with what we see, we can't perceive what we feel. Not in depth. You still got some gut feels, a little intuition, but your intuition is on a low frequency. peace, love, respect, and loyalty to upliftment of the human species, because common sense ain't common.